Chapter 1. Beginning Thoughts. When there is an announcement that someone is pregnant in a family, it is usually an exciting and joyful event. The announcement of this new pregnancy was no different, and everyone, including family and friends, were all equally excited when they heard the news. At 29 years old, Alana was pregnant with her second child. Her first, Jason, a boy, would be turning 7 soon. An extremely intelligent child for his age who loved to read, he was way ahead of the other students in his class, often completing his classroom lessons before them. He would then assist the teacher by helping those who may have been struggling to complete theirs, an achievement that was the direct result of the additional home tutoring he received and enjoyed from his determined, attentive mother. Although he did not seem to be annoyed by the level of tutoring he was receiving, there were actually times when the family thought his mother was being a tad obsessive. Regardless of what the family thought, it had no impact on him or his mother. He absolutely adored her and would comply with anything she asked of him. Shortly after becoming pregnant the second time, some subtle differences in Alana's activities quickly began to surface. Her obsessiveness appeared to be expanding beyond the tutoring. She was becoming an extremely protective mother and needed to be aware of the soon-to-be 7-year-old's activity and whereabouts at all times. This was the case even if he was with family. An example was when Ken, her older brother, would take his nephew for a ride on his boat, or if another family member took him to the store without her. She would show signs of worrying the entire time she was separated from him. It even made some family members suspicious, wondering if she was hiding something. Everyone in the immediate family knew her husband James was a heavy beer drinker and was beginning to suspect that possibly his drinking was starting to cause problems with their relationship and finances. Alana had stopped working due to the pregnancy, and money was probably getting tight. Their medical coverage through the husband's employer was with an HMO. As far as the family knew, the cost of her medications was fully covered. She did take several prescribed medicines due to having her thyroid removed because of a cancer at an earlier age. If she was not taking her prescribed doses, it could have an impact on her behavior and, of course, her overall health as well. Wanting to make sure there weren't any financial problems regarding her medications, the family told her they understood finances could be tight with her no longer working and not to be afraid to ask for any help, financial or otherwise. At times, things did seem to be normally moving along as she neared the due date of her second pregnancy. There was a huge baby shower attended by family and friends. In addition to a nice array of gifts received at the shower, the immediate family provided everything else needed to properly care for a newborn. Alana was considered the little princess of the family, and her 2 older siblings, a sister and brother, along with the younger brother, were always looking out for her. This was especially true after the fairly recent death of their father. The age difference between the 4 children was not common. The firstborn, Leah, the older sister, was 3 years older than Ken, the older brother. There was a 14-year gap between Alana, the younger sister, and Leah. 6 years later, a 4th sibling, Ron, the younger brother, was born, thus making it 20 years difference between the youngest and oldest sibling. Because of the age gaps and the different social eras they each grew up in, there was often a difference of opinions when it came to family matters. Their age differences also affected how each had dealt with the death of their father. His shocking death due to cancer was another factor the family thought was contributing to Alana's noticeable behavior changes. A few months later, on October 6, 1987, the baby, another boy, named Joey, was born. Almost immediately after giving birth, those earlier subtle differences in Alana's obsessive behavior started to become more evident. The family often wondered if her behavior was related to emotional or medical issues. Was she still grieving the loss of her father? Were there problems at home? Was she taking her medications? All were factors that could have a profound effect on her psyche. Whenever anyone in the family would ask her if anything was bothering her, she vehemently denied there was anything wrong. The family certainly suspected otherwise. This was a person who previously always displayed a jovial personality and a sincere willingness to contribute and participate in all family functions. Recently, though, the degree of her participation was progressively lessening. If she attended at all, she would arrive late, without James, and would end up leaving early. Although the family did recognize she now had 2 kids to tend to and prepare for any outings or visits, they had different opinions as to what the cause might be. Lately, they also noticed James always had some sort of an excuse as to why he was not able to attend any family functions. This, of course, contributed to their suspicion. At this point, not wanting to upset her or appear to be prying into her personal life, family discussions about her behavior were purposely held during her absence. That decision changed a few months later as her bizarre behavior was becoming more and more noticeable. The family discussions were definitely evolving into a concern for her well-being and that of the boys. Taking everything into consideration, a decision was made to include her and James in the next scheduled family discussion. Similar to an intervention, their thought was to find out what was going on, causing such a noticeable change to her behavior and personality.